Wrestling is built on a simple dynamic: good versus bad, hero versus villain, face versus heel. No matter what name it goes by, the business is defined by that dynamic, and often the easiest way to change a company is with a major heel turn. I'm KB the Mark from WBP TV, and this is the top 10 WWE heel turns of the last 20 years. With that being said, let's cue that intro. Number 10, CM Punk, 2013. We start at the 1000th edition of Raw, a match between CM Punk and John Cena. The match itself ended by disqualification, and the heel turn came around in two differing segments across a number of minutes. First, CM Punk, who was a babyface at the time, refused to act when Big Show was beating down John Cena, turning his back. The Rock then made the save for Cena before CM Punk shocked the world by laying out the Brahma Bull. It was a move that would lead to their rivalry in early 2013, and it all started with a great heel turn. Number 9, Triple H, 2002. In the summer of 2002, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels returned to WWE after a 4-year-long hiatus. Weeks before SummerSlam 2002, the duo hit the ring to the DX theme on Raw. Triple H then proceeded to hit a pedigree on Shawn Michaels out of nowhere. As the fans looked in horror, Triple H turned heel on his best friend. The two had possibly their best match till date at SummerSlam, ending with Shawn Michaels coming out on top. Triple H's heel turn resulted in him taking over Monday Night Raw for the next 2 years until he was dethroned by his Evolution lackey Batista at WrestleMania 21. Number 8, The Rock, 2002. Following his loss to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2002, The Rock left WWE but came in time for WrestleMania 19 the next year. This wasn't The Rock fans were expecting to see though. The Hollywood fame had gone to the Great One's head and he came off as an arrogant prick. People didn't care for this version of The Rock and began booing him almost immediately. The Rock went on to address the fans on an episode of SmackDown, asking them whether he should turn heel. The fans cheered in unison, resulting in the birth of Hollywood Rock, one of the greatest characters in all of wrestling. Number 7, Kevin Owens, 2016. A lot of people would prefer Owens turning on Sammy in NXT, but I'll be lying if I said I don't absolutely love the stupidity and over-the-top nature of this heel turn. First, there's the build-up. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens were the best of buddies. Two annoying heels hugging and kissing each other to the point where their friendship became genuinely heartwarming. Owens, the Universal Champion, and Jericho with the list. At the time of their breakup, they were the most entertaining act, which made it all the more devastating. The aftermath was not the best though. They were the second match at WrestleMania over the US title. Owens and Jericho were always good, but the booking never supported them. And that's probably why this isn't higher on the list. Number 6, Shawn Michaels, 2005. As SummerSlam 2005 approached, Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan faced off against Carlito and Kurt Angle on an episode of Monday Night Raw. After a hard-fought match, the duo stood tall in the ring, celebrating together amidst a sea of cheering fans. Out of nowhere, the Heartbreak Kid kicked the immortal Hulk Hogan in the face, knocking him down unconscious. As the fans watched and discussed, Michaels looked at the carnage he had caused and left the ring. Number 5, Batista, 2009. At the Bragging Rights 2009 pay-per-view, the World Heavyweight title was on the line as The Undertaker, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, and Batista competed in a fatal 4-way match. The Phenom ended up winning the whole thing, but that's not what fans remember most about this match. Batista snapped on his longtime friend Rey Mysterio and proceeded to beat the This kicked off one of the best heel runs of all time, as Batista delivered excellent shoot promos heading into his match against John Cena at WrestleMania 26. Number 4, Seth Rollins, 2012. On the Raw after WrestleMania 30, the Shield turned face by helping Daniel Bryan retain the title against Triple H. For the next several weeks, the Shield feuded with the newly reformed Evolution. Batista took off to Hollywood again, but Triple H warned the Shield that he had a plan B. The plan B turned out to be Seth Rollins, who betrayed his brothers in a dastardly attack with the chair. Seth Rollins had turned heel and went on to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase in the main event of WrestleMania 31, winning the WWE title in one of the most shocking moments in WrestleMania history. Number 3, Tommaso Ciampa, 2017. DIY was one of the most popular tag teams in the history of NXT. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano ran roughshod on the developmental brand's tag team division for a long time. At TakeOver Chicago in 2017, Tommaso Ciampa betrayed his former friend after losing a tag team ladder match to the Authors of Pain. A ruthless beatdown followed as the Chicago crowd booed Ciampa out of the building. The heel turn resulted in a long-anticipated grudge encounter between the two bitter enemies at TakeOver New Orleans in 2018. Gargano managed to put Ciampa down after a 5-star classic. Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin, 2001. This is so high up on the list because of how hard it must have been for the WWE to pull this off. In the Attitude Era, there was no other guy like Steve Austin. The momentum and the popularity he had made it nearly impossible to turn him heel, and it was certainly a hard task. Watching it happen at WrestleMania 17 was absolutely unbelievable. If you have followed the Attitude Era and the constant Vince McMahon versus Austin bouts and feuds, you wouldn't have believed your eyes. It wasn't the most successful heel turn in the history of the company, far from it in fact, but it was one of those astoundingly shocking moments that shook the wrestling world. Number 1, Eddie Guerrero, 2004. The face run of Eddie Guerrero from 2003 to 2005 ended when he was teaming with Rey Mysterio. Both men were extremely close friends and always had great chemistry. Guerrero and Mysterio won the WWE Tag Team Championships, but they also had a few singles matches during the reign. Mysterio won all the singles matches, causing Eddie to snap and revert to his old heel character. Guerrero was even more vicious when turning against Rey and trying to gain parental rights of Mysterio's son, Dominic. Their matches were outstanding, with fans completely in support of Mysterio due to Eddie's incredible heel portrayal. What was your favorite heel turn? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of every upload. I'm KB the Mark, signing off until the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.